Many thanks for staying with us, everyone. Let's get started with some of our major stories of the day. President Muhammadu Buhari, on the 29th of May 2015, says his government will focus on fighting corruption, security, and the economy. Several promises were, of course, made during the campaign period, ranging from massive job creation to a huge enabling environment for the issues of infrastructure. And, of course, at the end of the day, we saw the government kickstart some of its plan, and some of the reactions from government when criticism comes. A lot of people are harsh, and shows that the government is perhaps intolerant to the feelings of so many people. Well, let's speak with a political analyst and social commentator, Kayode Ogundamisi, who joins us from the UK. Many thanks for joining us, Kayode, on the program. We have seen a threat of some Nigerians based on their comments on social media, while a former minister of Mines, Obieze Kwesili, took to Twitter because of the reaction Charles Soludo criticism of the Buhari government's handling of the economy got, which she feels that it was a bit intolerant of the government to react in that manner. And one will be wondering that at this moment, does the government look intolerant to criticism from what you have observed so far?
Thank you, Shil. You have to split this into two. There's a part of government in the presidency, especially the presidential spokesperson for the president, Femi Adesina. And if you look at the way he has addressed and reacted to criticism against the policies of government, it's definitely nothing to write home about. If you also take the Ministry of Information, especially with the Minister Alhaji Lai Mohammed, sort of seeing social media as the enemy, as more or less like he actually equated it to terrorism, that actually it's as dangerous as Boko Haram. You will see that they do not have an understanding how modern day strategic communication works. But also, let's give credit, there's an arm of the presidency they have on social media, Aso Rock, Digicom, that explains the policies of government. And you have to give them credit, but they sabotage themselves when there's no clear sign of tolerance in terms of how they react to criticism from members of the opposition. More worrying is the increase in the arrest of people who make comments on social media. I mean, government does not have to react to every insult. If Donald Trump decides to react to all the insults he gets daily from people who don't like him in America, it's going to shut down the country. So I think it's a worrying sign, and the government needs to actually take a critical look at how it handles these criticisms.
If you look at what Obieze Kwesili said, some of our tweets, she says it is extremely intolerant of the federal government and its spokesperson to assume that differing views on how the economy is run is unpatriotic. She also says that Soludo spoke sound economic policy, and FG, as usual, responded in prose but worsened it by tarring him, a few others as unpatriotic. She went further in some of our tweets to say, in a democracy, the culture of healthy debates help to coalesce best ideas for solving society's problems. First, the FG must learn to listen. We have seen that the government has moved in several areas, agriculture, in the area of rail, which we saw today. From your own view, what do you make of the government apparatus? Does it look like the government is matching words with action, considering the government's change agenda and what has been promised at the campaigns?
Let me say first that I completely agree with Obi's submission on this. Look, even some of us who are seen as the friend or friends of this government, when we make criticism, people say it's because you did not get an appointment or you want to take over their job, and that shows you the level of intolerance. And of course, the first step that needs to be taken by people in government is to separate the persons of the president and the acting president from the state. You can be a friend of President Buhari and acting President Oshibajo, but you're first and foremost a lover of your country, and patriotism is when you actually tell government this is the right way. Ironically, back to your question, this government has actually achieved quite a lot in terms of long-term long-term projects that will benefit us in the long run. I keep mentioning in southeast of the country, the southeastern part of the country, where they've been neglected in terms of road reconstruction. When you look at the Twitter handle of maybe the Ministry of Works, you see a lot of photographs of construction going on. But this narrative sort of pushed into the background when you make silly comments that sort of clamp down or see people who oppose decisions of government as enemies of the state.
Thank you so much, Kayode Ogunamisi, for your thoughts there.